What's up, Frank? What's up? About to get started soon, I hope. Did see a couple people doing some investigations, so I don't know. Just waiting for people to get in. What's up, Barry?
What's up, buddy?
Up, man?
Oh man, I am whooped.
Oh yeah,
I'm
last night get you?
exhausted. It was a long day, long night. Yeah, long drive home.
Oh, you had to drive back?
Yeah,
Damn.
so about 5 hours from there.
Oh, that's not too bad though.
It's not horrible.
Yeah. Hopefully, getting more people in here. About to piss off a lot of people, but during this one,
Oh, great.
because we're about to do a sub-only chat.
Okay.
Is your wife joining this one or what?
She might pop in. We got all the kids up. I let the boys know too.
Yeah.
So let them know that we're going to be on at 7 if they wanted to come in.
Right.
Brandon's probably passed out already, but
Oh.
Kyle might jump in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people going live right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to start off in just a minute, just trying to get some people in here. That's cool. So, finally see Ray popped in. How's it going, everybody? Alrighty, let's get this.
My fucking beard looks like my mind feels right now.
Oh yeah, just out of
Mess,
everywhere.
There
we go. Yeah, just for the interview. I'm going to do a sub-only chat for right now, just for the interview. And then after the interview, I'm going to open it up for like the last half hour. And then we're going to go from there. Yeah, Fallen Angel's back in the group. I guess they did some blocking yesterday.
Oh, had to figure out some things the hard way.
Yeah.
Like we all did. We've
Yeah,
all
they're
been
kind of
there.
glad. They're kind of glad. They kind of
Yeah.
understood some things. So thank you for the subscription, guys. All right. Dude, I didn't get to watch a whole lot of you live. Like, I was trying to bounce back between you, Brandon, and Heather. Like, the signal was just horrible.
Dude, Post Town is always bad, man. That, and then when you do a public event like that, there's so much freaking chaos going on, and everybody's on their phones, and yeah, it really screws everything up.
Yeah, yeah. And, and I was trying to jump in because I heard y'all talking about the whistle. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, shit. I was like, and I don't know if I missed it or if you guys just didn't pull it off.
No, it happened. It
Did
happened. Yeah.
Who'd you
So
get?
it didn't happen like we were planning when we are going to have everybody go silent.
Mm-hmm.
But I came up with my group from downstairs in the basement, and I saw Brandon walk past, and I didn't think anything of it. But Brian's sitting off to the side, man, and we all got to the top. He laid that whistle out. He sent one girl into a full-blown panic attack.
Holy
She
shit!
she had to leave the building.
Oh my god, that poor
Yeah.
girl. Oh Lord.
It was so loud.
I missed it. I'm upset about it. Oh man. Oh, see, I remember POV did the first one to to Zach, and it was just
Yeah.
out of this world hilarious.
Yeah.
So, and I wanted to see more. Like, honestly, I think someone should do a little segment on just the whistle.
Yeah.
Because I would love to see that.
That
And
thing, my God. First time I ever heard it, man, I jumped.
see, I've never heard it before. I've heard of it. I've never heard it, but when you guys did it to Zach, or when they did it to Zach, I was like, that's what that thing sounds like. That would scare the crap out of anybody.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was nuts. So let's dive in here a little bit. I want to ask you one question. I know you've been on TikTok for about a year now, or at least paranormal wise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So moving forward, where do you guys see yourselves next year?
Next year we're really starting to look at the Patreon side of things.
Mm-hmm.
I want to bring out more content. We want to work on more of like the full blown episode shoots, podcasting, kind of something on the lines of like what you're doing. But I want to dig more into like paranormal theory.
Yeah.
With people,
Okay.
Have conversations like that with people, and we want to bring that all to Patreon. So we're still going to do the live part of it with TikTok. You know, we like engaging with people like that, but really going to try to drive people over to Patreon to get more involved over there.
Okay. Yeah, because I know like on the platform status, like this is like for some reason this platform is just very it's love hate, you know, it's really love hate because we have to deal with all the crap just from TikTok alone, and then we have to deal with the people, but like it's like it's fun and it's exciting, but at the same time it's headaches.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think a lot of investigators are actually moving towards other platforms like YouTube, Patreon, Twitch. Obviously, Kalani's on Twitch a lot, so I do see that jump being made a lot next year from a lot of different people.
Yeah. The
So
one thing when we were at Post Town, man, I switched over to Discord for a little bit. That seemed like it worked beautiful.
I did like it because the audio is really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. The video, however, kind of is iffy.
Yeah.
Man, it's like we got to figure out how to mash the two somehow.
Yeah.
So like, you guys don't like trolls very much, do you?
I can deal with them, but I'll talk shit right back. Like that's my thing.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it because you know what? Honestly, like I've been on here doing things off and on, obviously, for like 2 years now almost, and after now it's just like second nature to me. Just the trolls are trolls, and we've been through all kinds of different trolls. To the hamsters, we were just talking about the hamsters. I don't know if you remember them at all. Now they got all kinds of different stuff. It's evolved, and the trolls used to just report a lot too. I don't think they're doing that as much anymore. They're just coming in and just being jackasses mainly.
Yeah,
which is kind of funny. It's kind of funny. So, like, is that what you guys just normally do? Is like, if you get too much of it, just go on Discord or something?
No, see, a lot of it. So, the whole deal with last night, I'm thinking that's what you were talking about. With last night was just because the position I was in at that moment was dealing with people that bought a ticket, and I wasn't gonna spend my time like dealing with that shit at that point. So to me, it was like, either shut up or we're just going to shut it down and move on. Usually my moderators know me well enough that it's a no bullshit kind of live. And you come in and say one wrong thing, you're gone. Nicole's a freaking assassin, man. Like I don't even have time to respond 90% of the time because she's already booting them. But yeah, for the most part, if it was just us doing a regular investigation, I'll say some snarky shit right back to them and keep it going.
And it doesn't help like a person like me Because as soon as like the whole chat started saying, "Yeah, don't tell him how to investigate," I was like, "Barry, investigate better."
Yeah. See, that's just it though. We have that handful of people like you or Shane or somebody that comes in there, starts saying the shit, you know.
Oh
A lot of
god.
times if it's pointed at me and I read that, my reaction is just to shake my head, you
Oh
know.
Lord. I was just like, man, I hope someone doesn't like mute me for that. But I think by now most of the people know like Mike's just gonna go in and fuck around with the chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
it all the time. Like I'll
You,
call
Shane,
people
Zach.
out.
Yeah.
Like I've even called out a bunch of mediums. I love it.
Oh
I
yeah,
love
man.
it.
Dude, that I don't even know, man. That's like you can't get away from it. Everybody
Yeah,
is a fucking psychic medium.
dude.
And
Everybody.
my
Everybody.
favorite thing though is like when people come in, they have no idea what location you're in, and they're saying shit about that location that has nothing to do with it. I
Mm-hmm.
I had one when I was at Post Town say something about I can feel a man and he wants you out of his house. I said, well, we're in a fucking school, so there's that.
Yeah,
You know?
like I'm not in a house. Like
Yeah.
fuck. Have you guys developed like a system to like weed out the mediums?
Not really. A lot of it. So, you know, my moderators know who I usually deal with. You know, Sarah Preciously Psychic is the main one that I'll listen to because a lot of what she has said has really kind of been nail on the head.
Yeah.
Um, and everybody else, I take it with a grain of salt. But what they'll do is they'll watch is if they are persistent and repeating and repeating and repeating. At that point, it's like the no bullshit rule. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they'll cut them off right there. So I haven't had like psychic mediums reaching out to me or anything like that. Like no Instagram messages, none of that crap. If I did, I would probably just shut it down. But yeah, I've been lucky enough to not have to deal with too much of it just because my moderators have been great.
Yeah. Me and Ray's mods, we developed a kind of a thing a long time ago to weed them out, and the first victim fell real hard, and the whole chat that Ray has just lit up. We were dying, and she's still around, still claiming her mediumship and stuff, and we laugh every time because we're like, dude, the first day you came on board, we shut you down. Like, what are you still doing?
Yeah. You guys have like that certain question you ask or something?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we have a certain spirit that we talk about, and it's pretty
Oh,
good. Like it's pretty damn good. And
I
if
like
they
that.
fail that test, man, they fail bad.
I'm gonna have to use that.
Yeah, that I mean, because it was like it was actually we developed it because of that guy that you did the string video on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was the spirit name that kept coming over Necrophonics, and we ended up we just, oh man, it was bad. Like I got a lot of history with that guy. Me, Ray, and a few other people got a lot of history with that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's a joke, man.
Oh, you don't even know the half of it.
That's what I'm hearing. I don't want to
Holy
know,
crap.
like, but man, there was a lot of people after that came out pretty much saying the same thing. Like, yeah, you don't even know the half of it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Have you guys like other than the obvious? Have you guys we know you guys have that one person right now. Is
Yeah,
there
yeah.
anybody else like you guys have like had to deal with? Like, what do we do?
Not to that extent. I haven't had anybody that, you know, is like waged war per se.
Yeah.
You know, obviously really, you know, like I think we've been lucky enough to come into it as a team and kind of fall into place within like the actual like legit paranormal fam.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know, where everybody really actually gives a shit about each other. You know, you have the people like, I mean, I've learned it the hard way since starting because Joy, and I'll say it, I mean, she
Oh
was
yeah.
up my ass right away, man.
Yeah.
And I've realized, like, as people are showing up and popping up, like, if I sense that, you go to arm's length real quick.
I'm gonna get to that, Em. I'm gonna get to that.
Hey,
we're
I'm
gonna get to
telling,
that.
I'm telling you, we'll keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like it's kind of like we've been through it so many times already before everyone else got here too, that we just kind of know how to handle it now, and we're just
Yeah.
like, it's always going to happen. So we're
Yeah.
ready for it, and it is what it is. We're not going to go out looking for it, but at the same time, if it's going to go down, like, we know how to handle it now.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Because
that's how I treat it too. I'm not out there actively trying to start shit with anybody, but if it gets brought to my doorstep, I'm going to answer the door.
mm-hmm. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Because that's I I think I've been through it with like 5 different creators already, and I'm
Yeah.
like, it's nothing. And one of them was really big and very popular on it, and it got a little dicey, and for some reason I wasn't even involved in it, and I got put involved in it, and I was like, okay, well, fuck, let's go.
Yep.
So
Yep.
oh man, I had that question too. We'll come back to it too because I just remember it until I can remember it. Damn, I hate when that happens. So, do you have anything new coming up, like, that you want to do, new and exciting, that you haven't done yet?
We don't have anything yet. So, I mean, really new wise, our plan for this year was actually to stop after Halloween.
Yeah,
And the more we were talking about it, like, I don't want to lose momentum because we really, we've been gaining steam and I want to keep it going. So we're starting to add in more investigations going into wintertime. I
yeah.
don't know how much we're going to add in. We did add in Ashmore Estates for November, so we're going to go there in November. But we're still looking. We're probably going to add in a few more investigations before the end of the year. But new wise, I am working right now on trying to develop a podcast too with Petty Paranormal,
Yeah,
Sarah and them.
yeah.
It's just going to be some goofy off the wall shit. It's not probably going to be anything serious because nothing's ever serious with them. So, uh, but outside of that, just the stuff with Patreon, I really want to get into that paranormal theory
Yeah.
side of things and
So,
really get deep into conversation.
well, that's gonna actually bring up a good point for the next question, and I don't mean any disrespect by it at all.
No.
I'm on this. We know, like, a lot more creators on here.
Mm-hmm.
We know they're starting to go more towards the entertainment side, but
Yep.
not too much. They don't want to do
Yep.
it too much, but they're just kind of dabbling in it.
Yep.
Where on the scale do you guys think you're at with that?
So obviously when you're doing something on TikTok, if you look at it like we're a small fish in a very big pond, right?
Yeah.
This is an ever growing field by the day. You come onto TikTok, you will see a new paranormal team.
Oh,
So
every day.
everybody's kind of fighting for the views and all that. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to be entertaining to a certain extent
Yeah.
to keep people's attention.
Right.
But at the same time, if you were ever a fly on the wall in a discussion that we have as a team, the one thing that we do is we hold each other accountable with
Mm-hmm.
shit. And if any of us was to cross a line or maybe toe that wrong area of doing something, the other two are going to call them out. I'm just a no bullshit kind of person.
Right.
And, we spend a lot more time, and we've had discussions about that too, is we will spend a lot more time debunking something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll watch, like, I could be looking at the live watching numbers drop off because we're just stuck on this one thing because there's got to be a rational explanation for it.
Right. Right.
So I would still say, like, to me, entertainment second to the investigation itself. Like, I don't want to lose ourselves to that.
Yeah.
I'm in this because I want answers, and I want legit answers.
I think, honestly, there's a creator on here, and I don't name names,
Yep.
because I'm not trying to put them down because they're not phenomenal. But I think this person actually found a really good way of doing that, of good evidence, real evidence, but also kind of making sure people stay involved too.
Yeah.
And it was just basically, it was a simple thing. It was reaction.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really what it was, because it wasn't nothing being faked, and it was nothing being faked, and it was nothing being set up or anything. It was just reaction, and
Right.
I think that's, like, perfect. You're not hurting anything. You're not lying
Yeah.
about anything. It was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what it is. Just finding that good medium of how do we do it.
Yeah. Yeah. My main thing is to really try to keep the chat involved,
Yeah.
not leaving them kind of hanging out there, just watching, trying to discuss what's going on with them, what they
Mm-hmm.
think and everything, just keeping them involved with the investigation.
Right. And it's funny because like when I see new people come onto the scene, you know, because back in the day it was just a few people. It was Ray, Dylan, me every now and then, and Brandon, and just like a couple of people, And then I see it evolve, and I'm like, I like where it's going because it's
Yeah.
like from day one I've always said, the more investigators, the better. And then I'm like, damn, there's a double-edged sword to that.
There really is. There really
So,
is.
and I've learned to deal with it. How do you guys deal with someone new and trying to come to you guys? Have you guys had people come to you guys and say, "Hey, can you guys let us join and learn and
So
stuff?"
we haven't had anything like that yet. The one thing that I do uh, work on is like if I'm scrolling through TikTok and I see somebody I haven't seen before, if they're live or they got a video up, I'm gonna watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've tried to work on myself because I'm bad at judging a book by its cover, you
Same,
know,
same.
but I've gotten better at actually maybe reading a few pages before I make that determination. So
Right.
I'll watch the video, I'll watch the live and kind of take into maybe what they're saying and how they're explaining things. And, to maybe down the line, if I decide I want to collab with them or something, that they'd be a good team to collab with. But, we haven't had people reach outside of like our, I guess, immediate parafam to collab with us. But we're always open for it, and if you get like any type of new team that comes in or anybody young that's really trying to learn things, I'm not too big to sit there and actually have a conversation with you and talk to you about what you think or how you want to try things or, just what their theories are in general to what they're dealing with.
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff.
Right. Because I've had me and Ray talk a lot about investigations, and I've been saying lately one of the big reasons why I don't watch people anymore. It's because it's the same old every day. And it's starting to get
Yeah.
boring. And I'm like, and I've been thinking and I've been wondering, how are we going to amp that up? What are we going to do to get past this hump of everyone's doing the same shit? Everyone's
Yes.
doing the same shit. And when I see one person get one piece of equipment, 3 weeks later, 15 more people got the same damn thing.
Yes.
And I see it all. I've seen it since day one.
Yep.
And do you have any? I know you don't want to give that idea away, so you don't have to say it. But come up with anything?
So it's funny. So before we kicked off and did like our first TikTok live at Randolph County earlier this year, we had a actually big team meeting because I sat them down and I said, we have to go into this and figure out what's going to make us stand apart.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that we can do differently that hasn't been done before, or that's going to maybe change results,
Mm-hmm.
and my biggest theory that I have, man, is that if you're vulnerable, I think you're open to more stuff happening. So it could be anything, sleep deprivation. It could be just, being put in a situation where your mind kind of weakens itself
Mm-hmm.
and you become more open to that. So, you know, my favorite thing in it is just trying to figure out, and it sounds bad, what is the worst thing that we can put ourselves through?
Yeah.
Like, and that's where like my challenges come into play. It's entertaining to watch, but at the same time, I think that it's kind of like a little bit of a lightning rod for everything else that we may be
Yeah.
dealing with too, to add some fuel to that fire and possibly get more evidence out of it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing I like sticking with. I'm trying to develop more ways of doing something like that outside of what piece of equipment I would buy.
Right. Right. Because me personally, I know like I'm a history guy.
Yeah.
I like to know the history of the place, of why it's haunted. rather, and that's how I get my evidence. If I get evidence, I'm saying, oh well, cool, this matches the history. Like that's awesome. Like you can't explain that.
Yeah.
When you're getting that stuff and you're like, tell me I'm wrong. Prove to me that word that it just said and the history that it doesn't, like, tell me, like, how does that happen?
Right.
So, and not only that, but like Estes method is ridiculous. Because I know Brandon knew about it because he's been an investigator forever. I knew about it because I've studied investigations a lot. I think me and Brandon were the first two people to start doing it on the app because I did it with Feathers long time ago at the hotel. And then the next day I did it with Lisa B in the same place. And Brandon also had done it a few times. And now, and then after that, dude, it was just a floodgate.
Yeah.
A floodgate. And now I see it and I'm like, and I can totally tell the different responses. I see people. I'm like, dude, you're totally making that up because that's not going to say that. Like they're saying full blown sentences, and it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
So like when you go through an Estes method, what's your favorite way of doing it? Is it an app or is it the SB7 or 11?
SB7.
SB7?
Yeah. Yep.
How about you?
I like. What's that?
The same. I don't like apps.
Yeah. Because what I found out when I did Necro, because I didn't have the proper plugs to do the SB11 that I had. I didn't have the right male and females to do it all. So I had to use Necro. The only way I couldn't hear what the person was saying is I had to turn everything all the way up and turn on white noise. Otherwise, I was hearing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the only way.
Brandon's got these noise canceling headphones that we use, man. And it, on top of the fact that it's loud as shit, like the bass aspect of it, like completely takes that. You can't hear shit.
Skull Candy, Skull Crushers, man.
And I say time and time again when I see someone do an Estes method, there's a reason for the damn blindfold. Use it.
Yeah.
There's a reason for it. And a lot of people don't understand that reasoning. And I think it's just lack of education of knowing.
Yeah. See, my problem is I usually forget the fucking blindfold. We'll get up there and go, we're going to run Estes method. And go, shit, I fucking left the blindfold behind.
I tie it to my bag every time. Every time I tie it to my bag. That way I never forget it.
Brandon's been good at bringing, you got your face mask thing that we will throw on.
That helps. But you got to take away that sense to really kind of help you really hone in and focus on, what you're hearing.
Right. Right. And that's the thing. A lot of people think that, like, a lot of people are sitting there thinking, oh, they're doing this so they don't read each other's lips. And no, that's actually not what it's for. It's literally to blind your senses so you're open.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people understand that. So that's why I don't think they even wear it.
Right. Yep.
Yes, Ray. Kyle is now here.
I'm here.
Freaking Ray's man crush.
What's up, Ray?
I had to bury a rat.
Oh, shit.
One of my son's pets died.
Oh.
And we had to give it a proper burial.
Oh, well. There you go.
Yep.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. He does this all the time, man. Welcome to my life.
So how is it investigating with all three of you guys? You guys ever argue and be like, just fight each other and be like, no, we're not doing that shit?
It depends on how long we've been up.
That's true. Yeah, lack of sleep will draw it out a lot quicker than anything else. But we're actually really good at taking into account.
What the heck was that?
Each of our ideas. I don't know, man. You're just causing shit again.
It just kicked me up. I was counting down because of what he was talking about. I was like, oh, he's about to get booted. And then all of a sudden I'm gone. I'm like, what the hell did I even talk?
Wait, so it just kicked you out?
Yeah. It said your live together has ended. I'm like, what the
No,
fuck?
it hasn't.
I didn't even do anything.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So you
Man,
get for talking
TikTok
shit.
don't like me, bro. Jeez.
Oh man.
That's awesome. So you guys went from pretty much a sports podcast type thing to investigations. What made you do that? Was it an incident, or was it just, oh, they're doing it? That seems
Dude.
really cool.
No,
It was getting drunk is what did it.
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all.
Big part of it.
So, all right. So these two right here, I tried to do the sports podcast, right? And it was one of them things where I would just have to sit there and edit the fucking thing because I wasn't going to be able to speak. I couldn't talk. These two were too busy fucking arguing and fighting each other about sports that, you know, I finally went, you know, fuck it, shut it down. No. We got a kick out of when they would come in, I would hit record because the conversations that we had before we ever started the podcast were funnier than shit. So we talked about it and we go, you know, let's try to move towards this just bullshit podcast where we just can drink and we can talk about whatever we want to talk about. And the very first episode, Brandon here decided he wanted to talk about ghosts and folklore. And that was our first episode. So we're going through, we're talking about, you know, our belief system, what may have happened to us, what we think it might be. And then at the end of it, you know, we're kind of going, well, let's go ghost hunt. Let's go do this. Right. And we got a hold of Eloise Insane Asylum in Detroit. And that was our first investigation. And what was crazy about is the whole ride out there, we're kind of talking shit about how, you know, if nothing happens, we're going to know that all these TV shows are a bunch of bullshit, you know, and all that.
Yeah.
So we get out to Eloise, and by the time we walked out there, it was supposed to be a 6-hour investigation. They gave us an extra hour, but we were dragging ass by the time we came out of there. Like, you know, it's like when you work out to play a sport or something, you know, over time, like you finally build up. Like, we were not ready for that shit. And when we came out of there, though, like the shit that happened at Eloise was insane to all three of us. All three of us had some wild shit happen. And we spent like the next, I think, fucking 6 weeks, we just kept talking about it. Every time we tried to do a podcast episode, we would start talking about it.
Oh, okay.
You know, and it kind of really pushed us towards that where we go like, man, but for one, we did a live and the turnout was fucking great. And, you know, two, it was a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know, and now it's really interesting. Like, why not?
It was only meant to be a one-time thing, and we couldn't stop.
Yeah.
But we went into that with absolutely no equipment. We basically showed up.
Cameras, that was it.
We got lucky that people at Eloise had a K2 for us to borrow.
Yeah.
But even just the walkie-talkies they had, we had voices come through the frequencies. So it was like our own spirit box, even though we didn't have one. It was crazy. Like the stuff that happened at Eloise, I think, is more than any place since we got all the equipment and have been going. It was just nonstop.
Yeah.
The second we walked in, it was messing with Barry's camera like crazy.
The fingers on the night cam in the basement, I mean, the door shutting, we had everything possible you could think of that would happen to an investigator happen to us.
The figure popping in and out of the doorway or whatever.
Yeah. And that we caught after the editing and we're watching it back. We were trying to put something on YouTube and Barry hadn't noticed it until all three of us were sitting down. We're like, wait, rewind that. What the fuck was that shit?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I promised her I'd make her a mod real quick. There you go, Nikki. You're now a mod.
Oh, shit. Nikki's out here modding for everyone.
Well,
like I said, she's an assassin.
The only time I can think of outside of Eloise that was so crazy was the first time we were at Randolph.
Yep.
Like those two stick out in my mind more than any of the rest of them.
100%.
Right. Now, have you guys had any things happen to you because of investigations? Are you starting to bring it home yet?
Yeah, not me.
Yeah,
really.
I had Halloween or homecoming. I dropped my kids off at the dance, and I came home, and I was the only one in the house. And I'm starting to pull the carpet off my stairs and sand them down and redo them, and actually get the original hardwood back. And I heard walking at the top of my stairs, going up and down the stairs. And I was like, nope, we're not dealing with this tonight. You calm that shit right down. I think I messaged Brandon about it. I'm like, dude.
I honestly, my wife and I were talking about it the other day, and I think the reason why I don't really have anything happen here is, one is probably because my 3 little boys are freaking nuts, and nothing would want to stay here with them. Like, it's just insane here. 2, though, and really, honestly, I think it's because we burn incense. Like, we burn sage and other kinds of incense, so I think maybe that could be it. I don't know, dude. Like, they've both brought stuff home to them, and I've had a couple little incidences where I'm like, could that be something? But it wasn't anything huge, so...
There was something in your bathroom, though, what fell off your sink.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The toothpaste falling down and hitting my foot when it literally has never moved any other time before that. Yeah. That was weird, but other than that, man, like, it's been nothing really.
Yeah. I've had a door so that goes down to my basement. If you actually shut it, it seals. So you had to push on it hard on the other side for it to even open, and nobody was in the basement. I was gone. My son was standing in front of the door with my girlfriend and daughter over by the sink, and that door popped open at them, all on its own. And then they're telling me about it when I got back, and I'm like, really? Come on. I don't know if I believe you. I wasn't here.
You're like, no way.
That stuff doesn't happen. You're fine.
yeah.
Well, see, I mean, that's what happens. Like, that's what a lot of people, when I was living in Iowa, they were like, oh, Mike, you got these spirits now. Like, why don't you just go live? I'm like, it's different, you guys. It's home. It's different. It's not the same thing. Like, because I don't have a whole lot of money to go to places to investigate like I would like to, or like other people would.
Yeah.
But still, like, when it happens in your home, it's a completely different feeling, and it's a different ball game. Like, I know some people embrace it, but me, it's sanctuary. You know, that's where I go to not do that stuff. I don't want to keep doing it.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I do. I tune it out because I don't want. I've always been told don't investigate your house, and I have.
Yeah, I would never do it. I wouldn't do it.
But I mean, I have a 1920s home, so it's older. I can only imagine there's maybe stuff here or stuff I brought back. But at the same time, I mean, a lot of stuff happens to my kids. Like, I was sleeping one night. They were going in the fridge to get a snack while I was sleeping. It's past midnight. And they heard this loud clap behind them, and it scared them. And they thought it was me. But then they checked, and I was still dead asleep. And that there's no one there. So they just ran back upstairs and went to bed. I'm like, good, the ghost got my back. So make sure you guys go to bed.
See, there you go. You got a positive out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's another thing. When you have the kids, it's like, it's really, oh, crap, now we really got to buckle down this thing.
Yep.
And grab a hold of it.
Yeah.
The good thing is it's nothing harmful, and they're not tripping about it by any means. So that's why I'd really like to get them out with me sometime into one of these locations and like let them experience it too.
Yeah. Are you guys looking at going to the bigger locations across the coasts?
What's that?
Are you guys trying to get out and like towards more like than just your region like soon?
We would love to. Yeah, we'd love to. It's all about money, you know. Money, planning the travel, making sure we can get time off of work for it. You know, we're like, we've talked about it, like Texas has come up, Iowa's been coming up a lot more again. You know, and if we do stuff like that, I think we want to make it worth our while at the same time too, and have maybe 2 to 3 different locations planned out for a week.
Yeah,
you know?
That's what I was like, a week vacation, but we plan out 2 or 3 things in between with like a relaxed day.
Yeah,
it's because Phelps Dodge Hospital in Arizona, I really want to get down there.
Yeah,
there you go. Well, see, I tried going to the. I looked up the Sunkist factory here. That's literally a couple miles away from my house out here in Mesa, Arizona, and They wanted $1,000 for a 6-hour session.
Jeez.
And I'm like, what? And they're like, and if you're going to film, we have a film charge fee. And I'm like, what?
That's insane, man.
I'm like, they're literally like just keeping the place for themselves. And I'm like, and it's tough when you don't got that kind of money.
Yeah, that sucks too.
With as big as
people are like that,
paranormal,
like, I don't know why. Like, I get it, you want to make money, but you don't need to charge $1,000
No.
to make money doing this. I don't get it. If you would just lower the price a little, you would be way more busy, I would think.
Oh yeah, because like they're already doing the ghost tour thing there too, and if you want the private thing and you just want your own people, it's $1,000. And I'm like,
look at Trans-Allegheny, dude. They charged what, $100 a person for all those people to go in when Zach and Shane went.
Yeah,
and we paid $2,000 for the same amount of time and basically the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just so it was our group that was in there.
Yeah, and we were never going to see all of it. There's no way in hell we'd ever see all of it.
And honestly, it was one of our most like quiet locations we've been to ever, dude. It was such a letdown compared to what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
we built it up too much in our head for one.
Yep,
probably.
Another, like, I had more fun with you guys when we did the Criminally Insane tour than I actually did when we were alone that night.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way I felt about Bob Mackey's. Like, that was my dream place when I first started this. And then Zach went, and I was like, how the fuck did he just get in there? Like, he just got in. And then I was watching him. I was like, oh, he's going to get fucking scared. Shit's going to happen. He's going to bolt. Nothing fucking happened. I was like, and then that's when I realized, oh, man, that's all hype. I got real disappointed.
Yeah. Barry had some really cool stuff at Trans, though, after, like, it was late in the night. We were almost to the point of leaving, and when you stayed back, you were in that one room with supposedly the little girl ghost or whatever, weren't you? Or close to it?
We were close to it. It was that Civil War side.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where Brandon and we both heard the guy say, like, hey, or something from behind us.
Yeah.
Started getting interaction down there, talking to like a couple people, it seemed like, but that was like the extent of it. But hearing like verbal talking, like a verbal conversation with my own ears, that was a trip.
Yeah.
Anytime that audible stuff that's not coming through a device happens, it sets you back a little.
Mm-hmm.
Like the scream at Madison will forever stick with me. When we were down in the basement at Randolph and those hi and hello, when like me and you both clearly heard her answering us, and that stuff I can't put my mind around of how that's possible.
No. And it's good to have reassurance too when somebody else is actually hearing it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's the thing. I've caught 2 disembodied voices that so far what I've been doing this. Once was Feathers when we did a cemetery investigation late at night. It was pretty amazing. And then the other one was at the house in Iowa that I lived in. I was just about to end my live, and I didn't hear it at all. The people on the live, though, they said, Mike, go replay that right now. We just heard this. And it was there. And it's like, it's pretty cool when they're telling you on a live, hey, you just caught a disembodied voice. You need to go back and look. And I'm like, no, what the hell are you talking about?
How do you feel about, because I feel like sometimes it can be audible where you hear it too in real time, and other times it's just another frequency and just happen to be what you're rolling on the live, where the live hears it and you don't.
Well, and I think that could have been it. Like, but I was at my house. I was all alone. There was nothing on. At this point, I didn't have any devices on either. So it was just me, and I was just reading my chat. And I was just reading it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave. And they said, Mike, go listen to that. Go listen to that. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? What are you guys talking about? So I don't know where it came from. I don't know how it came about. I don't even know why. But I was investigating that doll that I had gotten. And I, like, when I got the doll, it had 2 spirits in it eventually. Like, that's what I learned. And I got the doll. I was like, yeah, this thing ain't going to be fucking haunted. It's just a doll. Turns out there's 2 spirits in the damn thing. So it's like, oh, yeah. Way to go.
Bonus.
Right?
Joke's on you.
And the first night, I was like, yeah, this doll ain't haunted. But as I'm sleeping, I'm hearing the fucking walking right outside my door. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, okay, we got a problem, Houston.
Get that thing out of here.
Yeah, right. So that was pretty fun. But yeah, like I get where you're going with that. Like, it could be a lot of different reasons for a disembodied voice, but how do you explain it though?
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't know how do they decide what frequency or if it's going to be heard by you in person. Like, I just don't get how that all gets determined.
Energy.
But
Yeah,
that's I guess that's part of the investigating portion of it, is figuring that stuff out, or at least coming with your own theories about it. So
Yeah, because
why is it certain times they talk, you can hear it with your ear, but certain times, you can only hear it through the digital recorder?
Well, and that's what happened with Feathers. Like, Feathers was standing in front of me. She was leaning in the back of her car. I was leaning on my front of my car, and we're both talking to our lives. And I said, "Oh, Feathers, who do you got in your live?" And that's when we both heard from behind Feathers, "I am." Now, when we replayed it back, since I asked the question, I heard it clear as day on my replay.
Yeah, we had that happen, kind of the same similar thing where we're at Madison, we're all sitting there. One of the few times we're actually all three quiet, and with our own ears hear a woman, this long drawn out scream of a woman's voice. We play our digital recorder back, and we have it on there also. Right.
Well, see, Feathers, when she did the replay, she didn't get the disembodied voice.
That's even crazier. Like, why did it go on yours but not hers?
Because I asked the question.
Well, see, now, Brandon, that's the Fair Madison incident was not. So that was the digital recorder, the live, and in person.
Yeah,
that was all three.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's what was Feathers too. Like, we both heard it. Like, live in action. But when we replayed, it was only on my replay. Because I'm the one who asked the question, "Hey, Feathers, who's in your live?" And it said, "I am."
But in that incident,
me. That's why at least that's what we think of why it was only heard on my replay.
Right. I feel in that one incident with us, though, it was so loud, that's why everything heard it.
Exactly.
It was so loud in person, everything was going to pick it up.
I mean, it legit sounded like there was a female in the building with us that screamed, or just outside the window. It was crazy. But everywhere we looked, there was nobody. It was literally just us. So,
and people thought it was a siren from the police station.
Wow.
We met the dispatch lady, and she verified there was no sirens that night.
Yeah.
No siren. Interesting. God, I love evidence like that. Just like, and then you go put it on TikTok, and of course you're like, "Oh, great, got no views." Perfect evidence, no views.
Yep.
How crazy that the dispatcher was watching us that night and could verify, that there was
nothing from that city we're in.
That's crazy.
She was like, "Oh, stop by on your way out. Say hi. I'd love to meet you guys." So we get over there. We're talking to her about it, telling her about what happened and what people were saying. She goes, "I can tell you right now, we didn't have any calls.
Damn.
There was nobody."
And like, that's why I love the paranormal so much, because when there's no explanation, there's just no explanation.
Yep.
And I'm like, what do we do?
To me, it's part of what's so addicting about it is because you go in looking for these answers and you come out with even more questions, and you're like, "What? How do I wrap my head around this?"
You know what that is?
The puzzle that I'm missing.
That's no closure.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You're like, "Fuck! Now I got to go back and do it again because I got to get this closure." And guess what?
Yeah.
You don't get it again.
Well, and some nights you can be frustrated because you don't get a whole lot. I mean, you have those times that you don't always get the unexplained.
Yeah. And there's so many times where you go into a place and you don't get nothing. And you're like, "What the hell?" It's a different experience every time. It's never the same.
Yep. You start feeling like you're doing something wrong. You start trying to change too much, and then it feels like you're reaching. And
right. And then you're like, do I look dumb doing this over and over again? Because it happened once and it's not happening again.
Yeah.
That's what I had a problem with when I had an experience, like, because I went to that hotel in Massachusetts. I had some pretty good stuff happen to me, but the next night it didn't happen, and I was like, "The hell? What did I do different that day that I'm not doing today?" It's strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we've been back to Randolph 3 times now, and still have not had the woman whisper in your ear, but we haven't got any EVPs in the room where the man was pushed out the window and stuff. Like nothing close to the first time we went.
We did figure out we were doing the wrong room there for a little while.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's funny.
We've actually had full-blown debates about, like, during a live about it. Like, I'm telling you, it's the next room over. No, man, I'm look at the fucking picture.
Then finally one of us watches the video and I think it was me, and I'm like, oh dude, no, we are in the wrong room.
Wrong room. Oops. They should really label these rooms, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
Well,
But
there's
in all fairness, if it was labeled, we probably wouldn't have fucking paid attention to the label.
No.
The guys that were running it, at least when they talked with us the last time we were there, they're making their own like evidence pieces from people that go in there. Isn't that something they were telling us about?
Yeah. They wanted
Like
us to share stuff that we got.
Yeah.
So.
And did they ever get back to us about the doll and the footage about that?
Dude.
Nope.
We all know what happened, though, bro.
Oh,
we all know what happened.
Yeah.
That thing.
Well, Brandon, before that, Brandon, me and you heard someone come on our floor and slam that door, and we were on the opposite end.
And
we thought Barry had
he
walked
was
in
nowhere near us, dude.
So something was doing some crazy stuff that night.
Yeah.
But at a distance. It was letting us know, but further away.
Yeah.
Since you guys are a group, how do you guys want to push each other a little bit harder moving forward this next year?
Look at that evil grin.
Yeah, he had that grin. Like, he's like, I got it already. I know.
We're gonna be
talking about it.
Yeah, we're gonna be sitting down after we slow down a little bit and going over each of our ideas and what we want to add to it. We're gonna try to revamp our challenges, make them a little worse, and possibly change some out, come up with some new ones. I got a couple ideas that I want to add into the mix that might make things a little rough for some people.
Why I feel like you're looking right at me with that one.
The one thing I want to do is I'm working on him. I want to get him to the point where I want us to have a collective agreement, and like to the point where I actually want to have us fucking sign a goddamn contract that says no matter what happens during a challenge, you are stuck until your time is up.
There you go.
You cannot come out.
And you can't get out of it either.
Yeah, like you have to do it. You have to go.
So,
don't act like it's only me that tries to get out of them.
With that being said, who's the most scared of the group when things happen?
There.
No shame, baby. That shit is creepy.
Hey, to be fair though, from where you were in February up until now, you made big strides.
For sure.
There you go.
Big strides.
And that's what it's about, right?
Yeah.
Adapting and overcoming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, who has no fear out of all three of you?
It's not even fun to put him through challenges anymore.
No, it's not. I know. I want something that's gonna terrify him so bad, because I'm like, I'll do the stuff, but deep down inside, I'm screaming. I'm just not gonna show it.
The only thing we can do to scare him is bring along a tub of mice, dude, and he's gonna notice that as soon as we get in the car with him.
Yeah, right. There's no way you can do that.
Yeah, I still have 2 rats left. All we need is get those little balls.
I can't believe I still walk through your fucking front door, man. I forgot you had them rodents.
Dude, they're getting big too.
Do you guys plan on going to like a place that has not been investigated yet?
We'd love to. We want to.
Yeah.
We kind of have been already.
Listen, Brandon, Ray, if I go to Farrar with you guys next time, that's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly
Heather, that's
what
not.
Oh.
We're keeping frogs out of it. I have enough terror.
I want one. I'm getting
Yeah.
one.
You not.
I am getting one.
I am so getting a Ouija board and going to the principal's office at Ferrari. Like, that's number one. I'm going to be doing that. If I can go, if I can work it out, it's exactly what I'm doing.
I mean, I tried getting everybody to do the Ouija board the last time, but I got vetoed.
Dude,
So did I.
there was something messing with me and you that night because we were way too comfortable doing that, Kyle. We were way too comfortable doing that.
It's weird because it's like everyone's like so scared of the Ouija board, but like there's no difference between a Ouija board and an SB11.
What's up,
No,
kid?
really, there's not.
There's
What's up,
not.
Jordan?
Hi, guys.
Hello.
This is Jordan. It's my oldest.
How you doing?
Good. I'm hungry.
Does she enjoy ghosts?
Make dinner, Dad.
Buy me dinner, Dad.
I will,
You will?
as soon as I'm not busy.
Does she
I'm
enjoy
working on
ghosts?
What?
Do you enjoy ghosts? Paranormal?
Yeah.
She's big in like
Eye roll.
she's getting into the crystal aspect of things since
okay.
her 16th birthday, and we've gone to. There's a crystal store right around the corner, and she's gotten a few things from there. As for like the whole ghost aspect, like I said, they haven't gone yet, but I'm hoping to eventually get them out and some experience in doing what we do, and then see how they feel about it.
That's
But
cool.
she's seen like that door open on Gavin, like those things, or the clapping behind her. That's just unexplained stuff from the house, but I can't say if it is or not because I wasn't home or I was sleeping. But
Right.
they have the stories, so they just blame me.
Young and scared to go yet.
I'm too scared to go yet. Yeah. I like watching horror movies with my friends and scaring them. That's a lot of fun.
She got into
Yeah.
Dahmer.
Dahmer was good,
That's a
but that had
freaky
nothing to do
show.
with ghosts.
Oh, they destroyed
That's
that thing. We couldn't find out.
God, they overamped that show so badly. But it was a good show.
It was pretty good. That
Yeah.
dude who played him is a really good actor.
Yeah.
The only thing that made me uneasy about it was I started to feel sympathy for Dahmer by the end. And I was like, damn it, what is happening to me? Like, this dude was a monster.
And that's what I don't like when they do stuff like that, because you're like, well, if they would have just taken care of the mental health issues from the beginning, maybe this could have been avoided. But it's like, why are you making an excuse for this guy? Like, stop.
And hear me out. Because I feel he tried to for himself with the whole mannequin thing. So it's not like he didn't do other things to try to pull himself
He
away
did
from it.
try, the way they portrayed it, he did try to fight it. Like,
Yeah.
whether that really happened or not, we'll never know.
And-
But, yeah.
And yet, on top of it, that he took full accountability for it all.
Oh, he admitted it, 100%.
Yeah. And then, like, the whole baptism thing by the end and his closeness with his father, and then getting to know, like, the religious aspect of it got me towards the end of it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, this was not what I expected this series to turn the way that it did. So props to them for that.
Right?
The
I
guy
mean-
who killed him, that
Yeah.
was awesome.
You can't say that. Say on a lot.
That was awesome.
And go.
He said, my God.
Watch me get booted. Watch, it'll be me. I didn't even say it.
All right, you're starting to scare the people on the chat. So
Or is she starting to scare you?
they're starting to wonder what I'm raising.
You're like, oh,
I don't
God,
understand why he killed the
Dahmer
other
Jr.
guy.
over here.
You can't say the K word. It's TikTok. They'll ban you. Banana you.
You can say whatever you want. Oh, I hate it so much.
He can too, man. He
It's
does
so
no wrong.
frustrating.
He does no wrong.
Those damn
I mean, how
sunglasses,
are
bro.
you gonna get that beautiful face though? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I'm perfect.
Oh,
See, she's
stop.
like me.
Oh, she's definitely your kid. Definitely your kid.
Definitely.
It's a lot of fun. Oh, man.
But
So, you got Barry, how old are your kids?
I got 14, 13, and going on 9.
Are you
All
going to try
girls.
to take the older ones eventually?
Can you remove Nicole from this chat?
He's kind of a mod
now. My oldest, I think, would be interested in it. I wouldn't mind her going. My middle, she probably would not have anything to do with it.
Right.
My youngest
would scare the ghost away.
Yeah, my youngest would tear the house down. So probably just my oldest.
And let me guess, Brandon, like your kids, they wreak havoc on all of them?
Dude, oh my gosh. They'd be running through the hall screaming.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a ghost or a kid. What the hell?
Yeah. My oldest is only 9. He would probably be too scared of it still for a while. He doesn't like that. So he didn't even like me talking about it. My middle son, though, he's liked creepy stuff literally his whole life. Like, since he's been 2 or 3, he'll watch, like, Slender Man stuff on TikTok and on YouTube, and he's liked Freddy and Jason and all that stuff since he's probably 2 or 3 years old. So I probably will eventually take him when he's a little older. Next year when we do the Halloween thing at Post Town again, I'm bringing all of them for the daytime part at least, and
there you go.
And let them walk through the building and see what it's like a little bit.
Right.
Kind of get the idea that it's like it's not always so bad, you know. And I know I get scared of this stuff a lot, but that's what I got to try to keep telling myself too. Like, I've done this for 2 years now, and I've never been like physically harmed at all, really, other than that weird attachment I had at our first group event with Post Town. But I don't know.
I've been physically harmed.
Yeah, that's because you taunt them.
No, by you.
Oh, by me. I was physically harmed by you last night, okay?
Wait, what did I miss?
Oh, I was an idiot and put myself in the straitjacket, and he got a hold of me and I thought he was going to drag me somewhere. So I'm struggling trying to get away, and he just lets go, and I fall on the floor.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. So do your kids ever try to play with your equipment when they're at home?
No, I got all the equipment because I have all the cases, so they all stay locked up. Yeah, I wouldn't let them touch any of it.
My daughter loved my music box.
Yeah.
Because it's a music box.
It makes sense because when we had it laid out when we were at Hannah House, the kids were all interested in the ones that made sound and lit up. If it made sound and lights up, that's what they wanted to check out.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I can see anything lights or music is definitely going to be kids are going to be attracted to it.
Oh yeah.
So, when you guys are investigating, who takes the lead and why do you guys have to take that lead?
We'll say this. I start off with the lead and I lose control very quickly.
I think that it goes more so with who's getting the interaction, and I think we take turns leading at different points of the night.
Right.
Well, the one thing that we are good at is we'll see that, like Kyle was saying, like if something is kind of working with somebody else, you know, it's easy for the other two to kind of back up and let that happen. You know, we've said it before, like, you know, if Brandon's getting interaction and, you know, at that point, one of us will say, you know, Brandon, you ask the questions. You know, they're responding to you. You ask them.
There you go.
Yeah.
McAlpin.
Are you guys ever going to do anything solo just by yourselves at any given time? Or is it always going to be a group?
I want to always be a group.
He's over there shaking. No.
Yeah, I want it like investigation wise to be a group, but like anything else like these guys want to do. I know Brandon's talked about a podcast and stuff like that, you know, anything Kyle wants to do. Like, I don't think any of us would stop each other from doing anything like that, but unfortunate travels, I want to always be a group. Yeah.
And no new members?
No, fuck that.
You know, I don't think
I think that 3 is a good number.
3 of us like we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have Jared.
I don't think anybody can handle all 3 of us. There's not one person out there. Like somehow we're twisted enough to be able to deal with each other.
Yeah.
Like you asked about arguments and stuff, we really don't. Outside of when it might be like really late at night, and if like Brandon trips out because he's just over it, doesn't want to do a challenge or something like that's happened once or twice. There was one time we did a 2 or 3 day stint. Barry and I got into it before our public event at Post Town for a split second, but it quickly switched back. Like if we take a break and come back and understand like what's going on, we're usually pretty good about it. So, and I think it's rare to find that with 3 individuals and doing this as consistently as we have.
There you go.
Now, there's so many times where we don't get any sleep, dude, and we still are able to, not snap on each other for the most part.
No, we're laughing and coming with more sick, sadistic shit on the ride home we can't even air.
Yeah.
We spent 2 days at Farrar, and man, I'm telling you, when we got home, none of us wanted to go live for a whole week. We didn't want to do nothing. We were trying to catch up on sleep. It was just bad. Like we had this, like we really were drained, like mentally and physically. We're at the point where we were like, "Don't talk to me, don't even talk."
There's been a couple car rides home that were pretty quiet because we were all just so drained and just so over being in the car. And but for the most part, we're still so excited from what's going on and everything that we can't stop talking. And
before we started going live, Brandon almost walked from Iowa to Michigan.
No, I didn't. I just didn't want to be in that damn building anymore. I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna walk around outside until they wake up."
I was just
sat out on the porch for like an hour.
I was just sitting watching Barry try to get a couple hours of sleep because he had to drive, and Brandon's like not letting nobody sleep because he just didn't want anyone to leave him the only one up alone.
It was terrible.
Wow. You guys have a really good brotherhood, though, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And that didn't happen overnight either. You got between the podcasts, like Brandon and I weren't the closest prior to doing that. And we are basically don't see eye to eye in sports at all, which is why Barry had to change shit because we probably would have fought each other.
Sports and religion, man. They'll start the wars. Sports and religion.
Yeah. But I think as religious, though, we all kind of have the similar ideas and theories, and that's like makes it not an argument anymore. And it's more of an intrigue to find out more about what we don't know or add into what we do know.
Okay.
Because I have a whole spin-off series I've talked with Barry about a few times, like bringing the paranormal into the different religious bases and maybe talking to people that are involved, like pastors or priests or monks, and like in that specific religion of what is it specifically you view and how do you view this, and then visiting their specific, like the Holy Land. That's a big spot for Christianity. And if we're allowed to investigate and maybe see, could you tie in some stories? Could we get some intelligent responses? And how would that contradict the actual beliefs of the religion itself?
It's always a fun way of going about it. Like when you get into the religious side of a place you might be going, might have some religious ties. You're like, when's crossing the line is crossing the line, and when just want answers.
And what do they believe we're actually dealing with? Because that, each one has its own theories behind it based on what they're taught.
Yep.
And you have to take those teachings with a blind belief. Well, we're going into this blind and making our own beliefs off of what we find. So it's not faith anymore. It's more seeing is believing or hearing or whatever we encounter.
Definitely. I agree with that one. So, damn. I got a question for y'all. Who the hell's Freak Show?
Dude.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, we don't fucking know.
We have no clue, man.
Look, I've had some really serious shit go on in my life the last couple of weeks. I ain't even been on TikTok, so I don't even know who Freak Show is. You've had some things you had to deal with. But holy shit. I was invested. I was totally invested.
I was at the event just looking people in their eyes just as they're walking by, like, is it you? Is it you? Who the hell is this?
Dude. It was, that's what irritating about this son of a bitch too is that when I went live and I'm trying to film these people, that's all I kept seeing in the fucking chat. And I'm going, where is this motherfucker at?
Like it was me, mainly me and Shane. We were like, where the fuck is this person?
I just, dude, Heather gets there and she's like, I know it's you. And I'm like, Heather, it's not fucking me. It's not me. I'm like, I wish it was me so I could just make all you guys so happy and just tell you it was me. But it's fucking not.
By the end, she's blaming the new member of POV.
Yeah, now she's blaming the new member of POV.
She's like, there's 2 new members of the POV, and it's got to be them because they have the same thing. I'm like, so why didn't they fucking say anything? Like, why make all those videos and then not say anything? That's what pisses me.
Seriously.
Like, come on, man. Like, if you're just trying to have a joke and stuff, say, hey, guys, me.
Right.
Tim check.
Tim check.
A lot of people thought it was Tim. A lot of
people we said it to
Tim
him,
and Heather were awesome.
We said it to him like 3 or 4 times last night too. Like, Tim, where were you? Were you making videos? Every time he goes to the bathroom, where were you making another video?
You guys let fill me in on that stuff because I wasn't there.
Oh, dude, it was gold though. I'm not gonna lie. That Bray Wyatt video, that was awesomely done. It really was. I thought it was great. They did a great job on that video. But yeah,
I wonder if they're gonna keep making videos or if that was it.
I'd be disappointed if they keep making videos because if they're not going to show themselves, they might as well just stay out. I mean, they had their chance of showing who they were, but they never did.
Right.
Did y'all get new shirts? I don't know. It was Mikey. Fuck no, I'm not that smart to make that kind of a video. I'm not going to lie to you. Maybe the first 2 I could definitely pull off, but like that last one, there's no way I've been able to do that one. Plus, that frame was a lot smaller. I'm a much bigger man. That definitely was not me.
Shane. How can I prove to you it's not me, buddy?
I wish it was.
Sorry, Mikey.
I wish it was, Em. I would have said something. I ain't afraid of it. I would like you guys. I was just fucking with you the whole time. It was me. Like, no. I totally would have done it. But, like, not that smart.
She said Tim and I were watching Denise all night.
Is that new person of POV?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know who that is.
There's 2. They're a couple. Wife and a husband, yeah.
Do you guys know them at all?
No, not until this weekend. Just met them.
Well, then, see, that makes me think it's not them because why would they include you when they said, yeah, fuck them. Dickheads. What color eyes does she have?
Honestly, I don't remember. I think it was like a bluish color, but I don't remember. I think she had light-colored eyes, but I don't remember.
Tim was like, blue.
I think it was.
I was fucking looking.
It was.
Tim was on it. Oh, Jesus. Like, yeah. Heather had a lot of reasons to be very invested in all this. Like, she had her own video by itself.
Right.
And she called my ass out. She thought it was me, too. She was like, this totally sounds like Mikey. I'm like, the fuck? I'm sitting at work, and I'm like, wait, what? So that was pretty good, but disappointing, though. Disappointing. Ooh. All right, so, like...
Oh, thank you.
How would you guys feel about ever going out of the country to investigate? If
we
you
want
ever had
to.
the opportunity.
We want to. Absolutely.
Yeah. Ireland, Scotland.
Yep.
I might be taking a trip out to Japan. I was going to go to that haunted forest.
The unalive forest, huh?
Yeah.
If you do, you better get all the video for JC. That's her #1 place to go in the world.
I'll I'll take some video. I'm not sure if I would actually go live or anything.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's big into anime, so while she's dorking out, I was gonna go seek out some other stuff if I end up going for the 2-3 weeks or whatever we were planning. It's a couple of years out yet, but
yeah, that would be fun to go to though. That'd be pretty scary though. I think just
What's gonna
creepy
make it-
just for knowing what's out there.
what's gonna make it worse is I'm gonna be going by myself. It's not like I have a friend with me, so I'm gonna have to take that pilgrimage alone.
Yeah, you'd have to do some convincing to get people to go with you on that one. That's pretty hardcore over there.
And it's so much history outside of the United States too, and I think that's where you really start getting deep into it. So if I ever get the opportunity, I'm gonna take it and risk it anyways. But
oh yeah, I mean, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
I would like all three of us to be able to plan something and go somewhere and do something like that though too.
Yeah, there's this one place I think down somewhere in the Amazons. It's got that doll shack. I'm trying to remember the name of it. That's a place I'd want to go.
Like Mexico or something like that.
Yeah, I think it is like
the little islands, right?
Yeah, where all the dolls are hanging and stuff.
Yeah,
mm-hmm. That's a place
in Mexico.
That's definitely a place I want to go to.
Yeah, that place looked really, really creepy.
It's got some creepy.
The South American Alcatraz looked really interesting too. It's surrounded by hammerhead sharks, and it was a prison. They call it's. I'm not sure where in South America. It's an island where they kept prisoners, and it was such poor conditions, and like in the hole, so many people would die because it was so hot, and they filled it like there was no space to breathe, that people would suffocate down there. But you couldn't get off of it because even if you did, you'd have to swim through shark-infested water. So either way, you weren't making it off that island once you got there.
Right.
And
that'd be weird.
Thought it'd be cool to go there and the real Alcatraz and do a comparison between the two.
I'm wondering how many people outplayed the Alcatraz. I actually don't think they do too many ghost hunts there. Not as many as people think, though. But the Alcatraz would be fun just for the history.
Yeah,
definitely a lot of history there. How do you guys feel about going up into Canada?
We'd be down.
Yeah,
I mean, you would have to get your shot. They don't let people in that aren't vaxxed.
Yeah, that's
a no-go.
Yeah, that's a downside to it because
I'm good with it. My work made me do it, so.
You'd have to take that one alone until they ease up on that.
Brandon and I go to the bridge. We'll stay on Michigan side. You go across. we'll go live together.
Yeah, we'll just jump in the box.
Do it over the lake Estes method.
Wait, hold on. You're going to send me alone into the place so you guys can come in the box? This is fucked up.
Oh, wow. That would be fucked.
Like, sorry, we do it, man, but we're not back.
To watch. So, all right. So, with the last half hour, this is where I open it up to anybody in the chat who actually wants to talk to you guys.
Okay.
So, anybody else would like to come in and talk to you guys? Go ahead. Yeah, fuck you, Ezekiel. Just ignored until they quit asking. Hey, Feathers, welcome in. Feathers, you missed it.
Are we sure that Canada stopped that? My boss lives there, and he told me that there was no way I was getting in without having an updated.
I don't know. Coco would. She would know.
I'm hoping we can get back to Eloise this year, Bradley, or next year. I mean, sorry.
Yeah, isn't Kalani wanting to do that?
The POVs want to do it too.
POV wants to come up and do it with us too.
So, Kalani.
Hello. Dang, come on, why can't I pin this comment? Eric, come on. Well, I guess I can't pin comments, which is weird. Yeah, you guys have anybody you guys like watching to investigate?
Yeah, this new group called Spirit Stalkers.
Bro,
All right,
their
someone give me a
challenges are the
rundown.
best ever.
Someone
I
give me
can't
a
watch
rundown
them.
on this group because I followed them last night and I've been hearing their name, but no one will tell me what's going on. I gotta know.
No, I cannot honestly say that they stole anything from us because I don't know, but it seems pretty fishy. They're doing challenges. Their challenges seem to be the same as our challenges.
They
They're
do them
going
on the
about
cards.
things the same way. See, I didn't see the cards. I heard
I
cards.
did.
You
I
saw
do
them?
have cards.
They were talking with me for a little bit, and they even took my idea right after they blocked me and
Oh,
did the
shit.
cards. They did the card thing we did at the speakeasy. And I
Oh,
told them like how to do it. And someone else had told me later that they were doing, because their whole chat blew up like, yeah, take what he's saying, go do it. Because I was trying to be nice and just kind of work my way in and get them to meet us at Randolph sometime and do a challenge off. But they blocked me before I got there.
Figures.
All right, so now I got to keep an eye out for these guys. Okay.
oh,
Where are they
and
based out
they
of?
investigate with the lights on and also use flashlights while the lights are on. So there's that part.
Yeah. Bradford County was fun to watch.
Yeah.
They call, see, that's where I started in on them. I told them to go to the attic and handcuff themselves up by the noose. I was like, I did it. And then they tried saying that I didn't. Then they saw the unfortunate travels after my name. Like, oh wait, he probably did. I was like, there's video of it, man. You can go check it out.
Wow, that's. I think anytime you guys anyone comes up with some sort of a gimmick, someone's gonna try to take it because they're gonna do the same thing because they don't know how to be original.
Yep.
And that's a problem I have too because I like when I started this interview, I was like, okay, how do I not be the same as Dawn? Because Dawn does interviews. I don't want to be the same thing she's doing, and because it's just gonna look like I'm just doing the same thing she is, and I don't want that to happen. So I was like, I got to be different. You know, I want to be different because I don't want to steal her thunder because she's amazing and she does her own thing, but I definitely want to stand out in my own way. So, like, I think that's why the Estes method is everywhere because everyone can do it and it's just dumb.
There's always going to be similarities. It's how you go about the premise of what you're doing.
Right. And
like when we all sat down before this,
having the same equipment as someone or using the same equipment as someone is one thing, but like taking an idea that literally sets us apart from every other group and just copying it, like that's where I'm like, oh, that's whack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I saw him drawing cards and for challenges, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. You know, this is exactly what we do. I even told them I'd buy their merch if they would meet us.
See, do they have a lot of followers? I don't even know anything about them. I just followed them last night.
I think they have more than us, don't they?
Yeah, they're past us there. They're pushing 3,000 or over 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. So there's
some of that.
I gotta look into these guys.
I don't think they've been doing it long.
No,
they tap into the
a big part
crowd.
of it is they're young, and a lot of young people are on the platforms all the time, so it's easier for younger people to grow quickly. Like that's a big part of it, I think.
Ray, they're called Spirit Talkers. I followed them last night because I kept hearing their name, and I'm like, who the fuck are these guys?
They were at Monroe a week after us, and we were watching them, and everybody that watches us was jumping in their lives. It's just like giving them so much shit because they were doing shit just like us at the same place we were just at literally the week before them.
I think, and that's what me and Barry were talking about before you guys jumped in. It's like, how much can you guys be original, and how, like, what do you have new coming up? Because it's, to me, investigating on TikTok, the idea is to grab the attention because the attention span on TikTok is fucking nanoseconds. Yep. And it's like, how do we grab them? We want people to grab them, but keep everything legit and not get into any fake shit because that's not what we're about. So how do I grab them? And it's got to be a gimmick. You know, it's got to someone's got to have a thing.
I think that's a big part of it, is we have our gimmick, but also, and I'm not just trying to toot our own horn, man, but we're just entertaining, man. Like, people, for whatever reason we can't figure out yet, people love to watch us, and I think that's a big part of what sets us apart too, is just the way we interact with each other. We feed off each other, we challenge each other, but we're also there for each other when we need it. Like you said earlier, we have a really strong brotherhood.
Yeah.
And I think people see that and realize that, and at the same time, we're all three just real normal people, not out here like trying to claim that we're the best of anything or any, you know what I mean? Like, all three of us kind of have that imposter syndrome where we're like, why do people want to watch us?
And that's it. You're like, why? Because honestly, I when I was doing the interviews, I was like, yeah, nobody's gonna want to watch me. And then when I stopped doing it, because I actually had to stop doing it for a few weeks because something was going on in my life, people were like, Mike, we loved it. I was like, really? I didn't really think I was doing all that well. Like, but I guess apparently people love things, and I think that's us being our own worst enemy. We're not doing a very good job when we are.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta have some really close trust to go through the shit that motherfucker is gonna put you through. I mean, if you look at some of the situations we've ended up in, if I didn't trust anyone, there's no way I'm letting you handcuff me and leave me and all
in the
these other
complete
things.
darkness.
I'm just not.
Yeah, no, like, I'm not. First of all, I don't even know if I have that much trust for anyone to handcuff me, let alone fit in handcuffs.
And honestly, I think a big part of why Kyle and I have gotten so close over this, last 2 years is because of a lot of the shit that we go through with each other. Just investigating in general, the things that you go through, just investigating. But then when you add on the challenges, this guy's the only one who ever tries to save me sometimes. It's like, you know what I mean? And we used to be at each other's throats, you guys. And he is my savior now.
They don't know that side of things. If you really want to hear that, you can go back and re-listen to the Motor City Sportscast.
Oh my God, it sounds like gunshots in my house. Oh my God. They're out there popping balloons and shit. I'm about to hit the deck.
Yeah, exactly, Heather. Exactly. Yep.
Hey, I'm just here to bring people together, man.
I mean,
that's going to be his line now when he puts us through that shit. I'm just trying to get you guys closer together.
There's no way in hell I would have ever put on a straitjacket 2 years ago for anybody. And trusted that they would have let me out.
Now you're like, yeah.
I escaped one last night.
Normal life.
I know how to escape them now, buddy.
Yeah, you did figure it out, didn't you?
Well,
son of a bitch.
With a little help, but yeah.
And that's kind of something that I see people like me and Barry were talking about earlier, trend setting, I know I've done a few things here that I've seen, because I was part of the smaller group when we first started the paranormal, and we saw it evolve, and I've noticed that when I started to do things, people would do it. Ray would do things, people would do it, and now we see it done all the time. How do you guys feel when you're trend setting?
It's cool, I guess. I was about to say, have we?
I don't know if we have. Outside that one group with cards, but I mean,
yeah,
they're dialed down. It's like a watered down version of us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, if they would have just said to one of us when they were asked, like, yeah, we did get it from you. We like you guys. We think it's cool. We just want to, do it like you guys. That's one thing, man. But they totally denied, even knowing about us, basically. When it's like, dude, you're literally doing it just like us. Mm-hmm. So, in a way, it's cool. Even with them, in a way, it's kind of cool because if they did get it from us, we're doing something right that somebody else wants to, do it. But I don't know. It's weird.
And some of it, I don't know any other solid-minded individuals that would do the shit that we do. You got to be a little bit fucking nuts to go into these places and be like, yeah, sure, fuck it, man. Tie me up there. Leave me.
Yeah, because it is definitely a lot different when you're investigating with, multiple people than when you're being left in the darkness, handcuffed to something and you can't run away from whatever you're hearing or seeing.
You don't even have to handcuff somebody. I'm telling, so when we were at Crown Point and we did, Barry and I did the hole, and Brandon attempted to do the hole.
Yeah.
We didn't handcuff nobody in there, but I'm telling you, sometimes the fear is so strong, you will not move until somebody comes to you to get out of there, just because you're scared of what you're going to run by.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, to know those feelings and go through them, I think that it builds character, and I would encourage people to explore, like, how far can I go with something like that, but also keep in mind not to go too far for yourself, I guess, so you're like nuts.
Yeah.
And Heather, I agree with
we
you.
all have
Whenever
those
truly
breaking
cares, you'll
points.
see the biggest, fattest man run faster than anybody, I promise.
Like, every one of us has a line other than Barry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find mine, man.
Yeah, I know that I have a line to, like, so, like, when we were at Randolph, and I was supposed to go to the basement by myself, but we had been up and investigating the 2 previous days. I was no longer confident that I wasn't too weak or that something could have happened out of,
you're
like,
too vulnerable.
Yeah, I was too vulnerable to feel comfortable pushing myself through another situation like that where I didn't think something could go wrong. And then I'm like, okay, they're going to be too far away. I don't know how fast someone can get down to me. So, like, I was psyching myself out. And that's basically all it is. If you can not psych yourself out, you will probably be just fine and get through it. But it depends on where your mind is at. And after 3 days of being awake and dealing with multiple spirits and locations, it wears on you. And any investigator that's done it would know that.
Yeah.
Shane, I surprisingly agree with you. I hate doing them. You guys all know that. But when I actually do push myself through and complete a challenge, and I look back, I'm like, that was kind of fun. Like, I pushed myself, I made it through. There was activity, but it didn't scare me away. Like, it actually is pretty fun once you're through it. But I psych myself out a lot. I already know that.
Yeah.
So that's a big part of what I have to overcome going.
But you also realize it too, because how many times you've been like, "Damn it, I wish I just would have stuck through it." And I was like, "See, just remember that, so then the next time, because we know there's going to be a next time, sit through it or push." We were trying to do increments with you for a long time, just a little bit longer. If you started asking for us to come get you, we'd wait an extra minute or two.
Yeah.
Just so that you could understand, hey, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Nothing bad's really, and then the next time you'd be a lot stronger for it. So it's almost
I'm
like
finally like really like, oh yeah, let me do whatever, it doesn't matter, and that's the time they come for me.
And see, like I feel the same way with Barry does. I think I'm a sick fuck, so go ahead, put me in a morgue and close the door. I'll jump in. Do it. Fuck it. Let me in there for an hour. Please. That's what we're doing? Fuck yeah, sign me up.
Wait till Speedy Gonzalez goes running in at you in that morgue, and then you might think otherwise.
It's part of the experience, man. That's what I'm there for.
And I'm telling you, we've all like dialed in that we're just thankful all of us have a manly scream.
Yes.
None of us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We've all heard it once or twice. So
it happens. Like when you get scared, you get scared. There's nothing you can do about the reaction. But no, like seriously, go ahead. Put me in it. I'll jump in there. There was there's even an asylum, I think in Ohio, reformatory. They have the furnace where they cremated people. I want to jump in there for a few hours. I don't care. Put me in it.
That's how we know Brandon's terrified. If he starts praying during the challenge, it's not going right.
The second his rosary comes up,
I grab the rosary, squeeze that motherfucker, and I'm just like, oh no.
I'm like, it's almost like I'm watching a scary movie. And I'm just waiting for whatever's about to get him to get him.
You're just like, all right, when's he jumping out? Like, when's enough is enough for this kid?
I don't know if anybody knows it, but you'll know when I'm scared because I'll start trying to dial it down. I'll try talking the spirits out of shit. Like, yeah, you just stay over there in that corner. It's cool, man. It's cool. We only got about 5 more minutes, and you can come on over here.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah. Gotta play mind games with the spirits.
Mm-hmm. Right? Oh, no, Frank. No, we're not doing that. Somebody mute Frank. Somebody mute Frank.
No, Frank. I'll stay until about 8:40. Then I got to get off and hang out with my kids for a little bit since we're leaving.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody did.
Fucking damn, I didn't mean the whole live. Fuck.
I sent my kids out to Subway with my credit card, so let's just hope I'm not broke by tomorrow.
Oh, God, you're
There
done
you go.
for.
Oh, shit.
They're going to come back with boxes and bags.
Yep.
We went to the Subway in the mall. We had to stop and shop.
I mean, at some point, I got to shave this bullshit off before tomorrow for Halloween.
No, dude, you got to get
Me
that stuff
too.
I tagged you in on Facebook
Me
so you
too.
can grow that beard in, baby.
So.
Then they can start calling us the Three Wise Men.
It's just that I don't have any drive to want to have a beard. Like, it's just not the man that I am, and I'm comfortable with who I decided to be. That's all you guys. You guys can take that reign.
So Kyle's the serious one here, huh?
Sometimes. Usually I'm the joking idiot, but, you know.
Well, you guys know that after I do 3 interviews and then I bring all of you guys back for the 4th interview. You guys down for that?
Yeah.
Because next week I got Classic Horror Shop.
Go.
And then I don't know who's after that. I got to spin the wheel after I'm done with Don. And then the 4th week, all of you guys come back.
Okay.
And I'm trying to work on something where we're going to have a lot of fun on that 4th week. Because I don't want it to be generic just like it is now. So I'm gonna come up with something.
Sounds good, man.
Definitely gonna come up with something on that 4th week.
Yeah.
And I appreciate all of you guys coming down on here. It was a lot of fun. I think a lot of people get to know you a little bit better and who you guys are and what you guys actually want to do and what you're bringing to the table.
Yeah.
We appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And, you know, I've seen you guys evolve. I remember when Ray was like, hey, go follow them. Give them 1,000. I'm like, sure, no problem. Whatever, you know. And now you guys are just out there doing your thing, and it's exciting to see.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Yeah. You know, a lot of you guys, a lot of people out on TikTok with the paranormal. Some I don't really care for. I don't really care. But, you know, for the most part, there's a lot of them that are pretty decent. And I think, you know, if we can start getting some really good evidence for everyone, I think some really cool things are going to be happening in the future.
Yeah.
Because I think I would like to see a lot of different groups start hanging out with each other. Not all the time, of course, because it's money, you know. But I would love to start seeing some different things, and I'm going to see if I can start putting together some different events too. Like I would love to start going to different states and getting regions, because that's what I'm starting to see is people stick to their region because of the financial issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would like to come up with something for all of us where we can see something different.
That sounds cool.
It'd be good to do like a crossover like that, or even just like a Paracon of the TikTok paranormal groups or something like that would be.
Well, Feathers has an idea, and she's been talking about it for 2 years with me, and I think next year, I think it's time to execute. So be on the lookout for that one, because I think I would love to do. The Feathers knows exactly what I'm talking about. I really want to get that done because I think it would be amazing.
Well, we got a surprise for everybody tomorrow, so you guys might want to too.
You know what? I can't wait for that. I'm definitely going to be watching that.
Even Brandon doesn't know what it is yet.
Oh shit, he's not.
Yeah.
I just know
Barry's got a surprise. Barry's got an extra surprise for both of us. Apparently, it's going to be terrifying. So I mean, there's that too. But
yeah.
All right, Feathers, don't worry about it. We'll find a different one, because there's a few of them in the states that we can go to, Feathers. So we'll go to a different. We'll find a different one.
I don't know what time are we going on tomorrow.
I got it scheduled for 8 p.m. for the live.
Okay.
So we can handle our business.
Revisiting.
Yeah, handle the business we got to handle when we get there. And then give ourselves time, and then we'll go live by 8.
Cool.
I can't wait to see you two fellas as women.
Son of
Yeah.
a bitch.
I lucked out.
Yeah,
There's only 2 of them
we
now.
know. We fucking know.
So tomorrow, who's all going to be there?
You got FC Paranormal. So Rachel, Shannon, Monica, Zach's gonna be there, and Shane's gonna be there.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
So
Man, Shane's gonna be all over you, Barry, when you got that wig on. It's gonna be a dream come true.
you probably will.
I don't know. I'm gonna be dressed up as Jen. I'm a little scared.
Hey,
Yeah.
here is the plus side and the negative side though is I can't do makeup. Nicole was gonna test it on me, dude. My eyes started breaking out bad.
No
My
way.
skin can't handle shit.
If you don't have to put fucking makeup on, I'm not doing it either.
Bro, here's what's even worse though is she went and got me this stick-on fucking jewel shit that I have to put on my fucking face.
I can't wait. This is awesome.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Man,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
fucking
a hard,
tiara. Got a
I'm gonna
fucking
have a
tiara
hard time
too.
investigating with those badunkadunks.
Yo, that's going to be interesting. Well, what's Shane going to be dressing up as?
My bitch.
Ooh, that's his every day.
Damn. Fuck. I honestly, I think he should dress up as Lizzo.
That'd be sick.
I mean,
That'd be sick.
Zach could try to dress up as me if he got some stilts.
Fuck. Oh, Lord. Having too much fun with that one. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on here. This was a lot of fun. I'll be waiting for you guys tomorrow. And a couple more weeks, and we'll get you all back, okay?
Sounds good, man.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
You
Got
too.
you.
Later.
So, that was very interesting. Thank you again, Unfortunate Travels. That was an amazing live. Stay tuned next week. Dawn, Classic Horror Shop. We're going to be interviewing her next week. And I got some good questions for her, so stay tuned for that one. I got if none of you guys know, I'm actually putting out some new content, Strictly Cryptids. Go check that out. Like, share, follow, subscribe, do your thing. Don't do your thing. It don't matter. I'm still here regardless, trying to keep y'all happy and entertained. So I love you guys. Peace, love, light, happiness. Please love each other. Please love each other. Yeah, definitely, Brandon. Lizard people, yes. I'll do one about the lizard people. Tomorrow's gonna be cool. Tomorrow's gonna be real cool. I'll put out a video tomorrow. It's gonna be nice. So just stay tuned for that one. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful night. I love y'all.